How do you hear from Jesus? Well, I don't know how you hear from Jesus, but how I hear from Jesus is through stories. So, when Jesus walked the earth, when he spoke to his disciples and he wanted to get something across to them, he would tell a story. And that's exactly how he speaks to me through stories, or what some people would call parables. So, I was sitting there praying one morning, and all I could hear was the word listen. And so I had my eyes closed and I thought, okay, what do you want to say to me this morning, Jesus? So I closed my eyes. And again, that word listen just kept popping into my mind. And it was storming outside. And so all I could hear was the rain. And it made me think about this situation that I had that happened in my life one time. So we have wandering Jews, and they're purple, leafy looking plants. And one spring, we did not have a lot of rain for about 2 or 3 weeks. So me and my husband kept trying to water these things, right? We were watering them every day, trying to keep them from dying. Well, lo and behold, one day it rained, like it actually rained. And within the next couple of days, our wandering Jews just flourished like crazy. And it was a story. Like Jesus was speaking to me through that story. It made me think about certain passages where Jesus uses parables. So I opened up my Bible and I fell to a time when he was using a parable to talk to his disciples. And he was talking about the sower and the seed. And there's going to be another video that comes out soon about the Holy Spirit. And so you'll be able to watch that video when it comes out. But I wanted to talk mainly about Jesus and how he speaks to us, and how he does that is through parables. And in his word, he talks about how some people are not going to be able to understand what he's trying to say, and some people will. Now, how do you understand what he's trying to say to you? Now, I would obviously say that you have to believe in Jesus in order to hear what he has to say to you. And sometimes I think that we need to just slow down and be still, because a lot of times I have to be alone when he speaks to me using these parables. So I just wanted to say that another thing that I do in pursuing my divine design is I try to soak in Jesus. I try to listen for what he's trying to tell me. And usually I am by myself, and usually I'm thinking about something else. And then Jesus uses that to speak a lesson into my heart. So I just wanted to share that with you. What are some of the ways that you feel like Jesus has spoke to you? Did he use a parable? And if yes, I'd love to hear your story. So you can send me an email at divinedesign.me@gmail.com, or you can post a comment at the bottom of this video. But please share your stories. Please share your parables. How has Jesus spoken to you? And how do you know that it's Jesus that has spoken to you? The reason that I know it's Jesus speaking to me is because it really resonates strongly within my spirit, and it feels like it's a life lesson. And it's usually, well, let me just say this, it usually brings me peace and it brings me joy when I have that from Jesus. When he speaks a parable to me, it brings me comfort, it brings me peace, it brings me one of those fruits of the Spirit, if not more than one. So, again, how does he speak to you? And I'd love to hear one of your stories.